Hi, everybody. Tonia here from Australia. Australia's psychic cowgirl. I was nearly going to lose my intro then. That's quite funny. I hope you've all been having a wonderful week and things are going well for you. It's been quite a busy week here. I'm preparing to do a big psychic festival in Adelaide with a wonderful group of girls as part of it's called the Psychic Agency, which is an Australian agency and something I've been a part of now for, I think, around 8 months, but really great group of girls and we have a lot of fun, and there's a few that I haven't met yet that I'm looking forward to meeting this weekend. So we're going to have a lot of fun. We're all staying together at in our accommodation, and then we've got 2 really full-on days. So for those that might be listening from Adelaide or know anyone that is in Adelaide, it's going to be an amazing festival. They've got massive amounts of stalls, all to do with psychic and healing and anything you can think of, they've got it. So this weekend, come on down to the Adelaide Showgrounds. It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of great connections. So I'll be reading there. So come on down, say hello, book a reading. We'll have a lot of fun. I've already got a lot of interest already, so we're going to be busy, which is great. So this weekend's going to fly. So just a touching base before we start connecting with the readers today, or with our reads today, I should say. Just a little reminder or a little conversation about the ways in which we sabotage ourselves. And this is something that I've gone over a bit recently over the last week with readings. So usually when something comes up continuously, it's something that I want to share and be able to connect with everybody, because ordinarily we're all going through it in one way or another. And self-sabotaging is something that, whether we're fully aware or conscious of it or not, it does affect the way that we flow on with life. So it's great to just be aware, and that's why I'm bringing this up. So self-sabotaging can be things like your self-talk. Is your self-talk positive? Do you tend to, engage in that negative self-talk that, with our human existence, it does happen. So be aware of that. Have a listen to what you're telling yourself in your mind, because if it's not always positive, then that has an effect on our psyche and how we, conduct ourselves day to day. So that's a good reminder. Another one is food, eating. Are you honouring your body? Are you fueling your body well? And this is not about being skinny or being the perfect figure. This is about honouring you and feeling good. So when we fuel ourselves well, it's like the same as when you go and put fuel in your car. If you use cheap and nasty stuff, that's what you get out. And so it's the same with our bodies. We need to honour what works for us, and our bodies will tell us. So I always say, listen to what works for you. If there's certain foods that you don't react well to, then just don't eat them or don't drink them, whatever it is that suits you. Addictions is another one. What are you addicted to? Now, this can be your telephone. Doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol or the ones that we commonly think of when we hear addiction. What are you addicted to? What can you, struggle, or what do you struggle with letting go of and being able to participate in life with? So we all have little things that we can become addicted to, and I think that's a pretty common thing, but we don't tend to talk about it. So I just thought I'd bring that one into it. Another way of self-sabotaging is doing things that we don't want to, so not saying no. And this is something that most people struggle with. So I encourage you to start to say no. If your gut feeling says, I don't want to do something, just say no. You don't have to go into explaining yourself. We here in Australia tend to over-explain everything. We try and justify things. When you stop doing that, you'll find energetically things flow on for you, and you don't tend to find yourself having to say no as much, and you just honour your gut feeling more, which brings about more of those positive things to you rather than the negative. Another one of self-sabotaging is not trusting ourselves. When you get that gut feeling or that sign to say don't go there or don't do that, or time to change things around, or signs to move from your job because you're not happy, take notice. And this is about taking the time to, just notice what's going on around you and look for the signs. We do all get signs, but it's just a case of whether we honour those and whether we trust what's coming through for us. So I constantly remind not only you but me as well is that we need to be aware of the signs. So it's a, you know, just again going back to just trusting that what you're feeling is relevant. And the last one is putting up with toxic relationships. This can be your relationship with, you know, self can be toxic, or others, friends, relationships, that kind of thing. So just be aware of that. And if that's not what you want to do, then start to say no and start to shift your energy to change a situation, because we all have control. Okay, going on to my first read today is for Darina. Darina is in Kansas City, USA.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
I'm great.
That's good. Dadwina, is that, how do I pronounce your name?
Edwina.
Edwina. Okay, great. Thank you for calling in. So good to connect with you today. Would you like me to go through some of the information I've got here, or did you have something specific you wanted me to touch on today?
Yes, I would like to touch on my relationship and my job situation, if possible.
Okay, yeah. With your relationship, is this fairly recent, can I ask, over the last 6 months?
No.
No, so it's a long-term relationship.
Yes. Well, in and out of relationship, kind of.
Yep, okay. But what's been going on over the last 6 months? Because I get a 6-month a message around that. Is there something, has it been a little bit more up and down over the last 6 months?
Yes, between, well, kind of like between two people. So.
Yeah. Okay, so when you say between two people, there's somebody else on the outside of your relationship as well?
Well, I was married, and then I went to this person.
Okay, yep, no worries. But the up and down is just that around this, sorry, I'm getting that's around this relationship you're in now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep, okay. It's a little bit like a settling in period with the two of you, and it's like there's been some realizations. And again, going back to the last 6 months, has there been things that have happened recently or over the last few months that's created that little bit of an upset and turmoil between the two of you? And I feel like this is something to do with family or somebody close to the two of you.
Well, something that's happened this weekend where we got into a big argument because my brother was there.
Okay, yeah, because it's just showing me something to do with family. And there's an element of, do you find with your relationship with him that when others, family or others come around, there's that little bit of, there's an unease, and I feel a little bit like, I don't know whether he feels a bit insecure and he tends to take what the family is saying partly the wrong way, because he feels a little bit like I want to say he feels a little bit like he's not good enough for you, or there's a little bit of self-doubt around him.
Yes. And trust.
Because it's, exactly. So it's like, because I don't feel that around you, but I feel like that's around him. It's like he needs a bit of reassurance, or he's feeling a bit insecure with things at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is more to do with him than you. And in that case, it's about, I suppose, you giving him that indication of how you feel a little bit more, because you do sort of guard your heart a bit. I feel like there's a little bit of you let him in a bit, but there's just that little bit extra that you're holding back onto.
Yes.
Yeah. So
because it's been rocky. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit like with him, though, he needs a bit more from you because he's feeling uncertain. He's not 100% that you're definitely committed and that you're looking at this long term. That's what the sense I get from connecting with you is he's feeling like he's just very unsure on the situation. And it's not that it won't work out between you two, but it's his own insecurities creeping in, and it's also making him behave differently. So whether that's feeling a bit jealous or threatened by others easily rather than trusting that you're with him because you want to be.
Yeah, that sounds just like what he expresses to me.
Yeah. But I feel like you can see this, so I don't feel like this is something new. Have you, in your mind, you've sort of had that realisation that it's not that he's possessive or jealous. I don't feel he's controlling, but he's insecure. So he needs that reassurance of you saying, I'm here for you, we're together. I am committed to you, because it's like he's not feeling that. So it's making him almost pull away and bringing out a side to him that he's not even happy with himself. So okay. I would be looking at ways that you can help give him that sense of feeling secure.
Okay.
Okay, because I feel he's very much in this, and he's got very strong feelings for you. So I don't feel that he's not committed, but I feel like he's acting a bit erratically because he's feeling very insecure about things. Now, as far as, that's interesting because we've got the relationship here. With your career, there's an element that I got in the message prior to connecting with you about breaking free of procrastination, and it's time to embrace the possibilities. So I feel there are opportunities there for you, but you might be limiting yourself or saying, no, I can't do that. So it's stopping you from embracing the career path that you would really be ideal for you. So I want you to start saying yes.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing, because that is just so true. I was just talking about that probably a couple of days ago.
Awesome. Because this is about you embracing your confidence, because you've got a lot to offer. And I want to say to you, in just wrapping this up, that there's much fun to be had, and there's much celebration for you in that career sector, but it's about you just jumping in and going, you know what, I can do this. I've got confidence. And even if you're not feeling 100% confident, jump in and say, you know what, I've got this. Jump in and then worry about it later, I want to say to you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. You will succeed. This is a great year for you, so please honour that. I'm also showing some celebrations coming up around you as well. So there's much fun to be had.
Thank you so very much. I needed to hear
that. So keep that in mind, because there's a lot of good things coming and you deserve it. So stand up and say, okay, I'm ready for the opportunities. The universe is giving them to you, and it's time to say yes.
All right.
Okay. So good work. I wish you all the best, and I know from my heart to yours that it's an amazing turnaround for you. So enjoy.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Okay, I better go on to my next read. Thank you so much. Okay, I've got Tracy in Brick, New Jersey.
Yes, hi. Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good. All right, do you have something you wanted to ask me, or would you like me to start off with a few bits and pieces that I've come up with?
Well, I'll ask you something. Well, I don't know. What do you prefer? Should I come out and ask a question afterwards, or?
You ask me. You've got something you want me to ask. If you just ask without going...
Curious career-wise. That's really...
Yeah.
And then whatever else comes up is fine.
So what I'm going to do, just to confirm what you're asking, I'm going to read out what I've got here, and then we'll lead that into some more info for you.
Okay.
First thing for you was additional training, and it's like there's a couple of steps. And when I channeled this information prior to you coming on, it was like you've done training in what your career path is, but there's just 2 more steps to go, whereby you will be on path and on track to step into what it is you want to do. And it was quite funny the way it came through, like 2 more steps. So this to me felt like additional training in short chunks. So whether it's a couple of days training into the same aspect of what you're doing, but a little bit more, how can I put it, like refined or detailed.
Okay.
Okay. I also picked up for you, there was feathers around you. There was feathers kept coming to me as I'm channeling as well. So I don't know whether you're aware of feathers being a sign from spirit for you.
Not really. No.
But just take notice, because if you haven't already, this is something that you'll pick up on. Now, with your career, there's something you've been doing for a long time, but you've changed that, or there's a change around that. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I did. I'm actually more contemplating whether I want to return to work or not.
Okay. Yep.
Right now, I was working, and I wasn't, and I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm at a crossroads now.
Yeah. Okay. So, because it's like there's some changes in this doing the additional like study, or there's something that you're yearning to do that you haven't explored it yet. So it's like there's a little bit more training into something that and I feel it's something that you're passionate about, and I feel like there's creativity around it as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I almost feel like I want to say to you, this is something you've thought of doing but maybe disregarded, or thought, no, I can't do that, or that wouldn't work for whatever reason. And it's like, that's what you need to be doing.
Okay.
And there's also an element, because they're showing me there's an element of fun around working, and that's where I feel like the decision for you to go back into work is a good one, because it will give you the uplifting and fulfillment that you're feeling a bit like you're flat, or there's something missing at the moment.
Yeah.
Are you a little bit isolated too at the moment? Because I feel like there's something whereby being around people is it's what you feed off, and something that people come to you and enjoy your company. And I feel a bit at the moment you're not getting that from anywhere.
No, I don't have that same kind of socialization that I had. I do miss the people.
Yeah. So I feel like there is definitely work there, but maybe look a little bit different. So it's not going back to what you've done. There's something you're going to look into where you do a couple of short courses. It will be along the line of, but different, I have to say. It's like I'm confused at what they're showing me, but it's like there's a variation to what you've done before, and it's going into something that is more in alignment with you, and it's more working around others. And I want to say, like, even being a bit of a team leader, or inspiring others and helping them in the workforce as well.
Okay.
So
okay.
Be open to that, because this might be something that you haven't fully thought of or considered, but it's like they're showing me you tick all the boxes for it. It's just a case of whether it's doing a couple of short courses to give you a certificate to put you in charge or able to be helping, because I just feel like you're going to be showing people things. So like within the workplace, you will be someone that they'll come to when they have problems within their roles that they're working in.
Yeah, it's possible something I haven't hasn't presented itself yet.
Yeah. Look, keep your eyes open, because it will present itself, and it's like that's what I'm shown for you. And it's going to be flexible working, so you can have a good balance of working but also getting out and doing the things you want to do, because it's like you haven't been doing a lot for you either lately.
No, I've been doing for myself. I've been thinking about me.
Yeah, because it's like it's important now for you to be thinking about you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. That's true. I mean, I do put my family first, but I do put myself on the list too.
Yeah, no, that's good. And also doing the fun things, but I still feel like I'm being brought back to creative as well. So there's something that feeds you a little bit, and it's to do with creating something.
Okay.
Okay, so just with, yeah, it's like I feel like it's something you may have done years ago and you've lost contact with, or you haven't done for a while. But there's something, because it's like they're showing me digging around you, like so digging up something.
Oh, like digging up something I've done in the past, you mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. That's interesting.
yeah,
I'm going to make a note of that.
yeah.
That's very
So
interesting.
like, because they're showing me you've got many different gifts, so you're quite talented in different areas, and it's like you could turn your hand to do many things.
Yeah. I don't always pursue my creativity, but yeah, I can be.
Yeah. So it's a little bit like that. Creativity is what feeds your soul, but it also allows you to get all those great ideas and information, allow them to come to you and give you that bit of direction to go, yes, that's what I want to do. Because I feel like this year for you is all about, yes, okay, I'm ready to step into, incorporating work, but on your terms. So it's going to be not just you fitting into a career or going back into the workforce. It's something that feeds you and that you will have more control of, I have to say.
Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
look out for this. I feel like this is an opportunity, and I feel like in the next 2 months that's going to come
that's
to you.
soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're
Will
ready.
it be something that will be more full-time, or is this something I kind of do on the side?
I feel like the hours are flexible. Like they're showing me, I don't see you going into full time. I feel like like it's almost like three days. Like there'll be that balance, and it'll be what you enjoy. So it's like 3 days of doing what you enjoy, and I feel like you'll have a lot of energy required for what you do because you're loving it so much. And that balance of having the rest of those days at home doing what you want to do and spending time with family, which, is important to you. And that balance will be, it's like you're going to work because you love it, not because you have to work, I have to say.
I wonder, it sounds exactly like what I'm doing actually right now. I'm volunteering,
Yep.
but I'm volunteering doing what I used to do, and I'm there 3 days a week, and I absolutely love it. And they do come to me, so I wonder if that's what you're actually talking about.
Absolutely. Can you look into the hierarchy of that and see, because that to me sounds very similar to what I am seeing, and also the fact that you could be training others. So this could be an element of you training the volunteers, but in a paid position. So it's not, I don't feel like you're not going to get paid, but, it's not necessarily just volunteer, but it's like the essence and essentials that you have would be valued and help with others coming to you within that industry. So maybe that's something to investigate.
You're actually, it makes perfect sense what you're saying now, because what I'm doing now as a volunteer is actually what I used to do somewhere else. It's different type of work, though. It's very different, but it's in the same type of company and same type of organization. And it's funny because some people have been asking me things because I've worked somewhere else, and they said, how was it there? What did they do about, this? And they are starting to come to me now and ask me those kinds of questions.
Yeah. And see, that's always, I look at that too, that's like a bit of a sign to say, there's your role. And the fact that you love doing it, you're volunteering at the moment, and you've got that experience, it's fantastic. So you're right where you need to be, but we just need to look at that opportunity that will come up where they'll be asking you to help. And I feel that's where this paid position will be.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No, my pleasure. Keep going as you are. You really, I get a great feeling of being grounded around you. So you're doing a lot of great things and you are living your life on purpose. So that's really good. You don't always see that.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. I do feel like my life is on track now.
Yeah, it is. You've got a great energy, and I've loved connecting with you. Thank you for ringing in.
Oh, thank you so much.
And please let us know. I want to hear about this role.
I will. I'll get in touch with you. I'll let you.
Yeah, that would be lovely. Thank you so much. I must go now, Tracy. And great
thank you.
Pleasure. Woohoo. Okay, that's nearly a wrap for me from here in Australia. Thank you so much for ringing in and spending time with this awesome radio station where we have a lot of fun, and you've got some amazing posts coming up. So please stay tuned and don't forget to call the number. Please share the page and let's get us out there so that we can connect with as many others as we can and help with guidance, because that's what we love to do here on A1R. So please spread the word. Sharing our shows is really amazing. And please thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the feedback and the messages that I get of support. It's absolutely wonderful. And we all here on the radio show value your feedback, because without you, we wouldn't be here. So thank you so much. And I'd like to say love and light to you all and have a wonderful week. And I'll see you next Thursday.